Welcome, everybody, to the grand finale. Round 8 of the Formula 1 Fantasy World Championship takes us to the Formula 1 Zlati Bazant Slovak Grand Prix of 2022. As I said, round 8, Slovakiaring is the destination. World's highest number of castles and chateaux per capita, more than 9,000 caves, geographical midpoint of Europe, and we have got a big track for you all. 52 laps around a 16-corner circuit, 5.395 kilometre per lap, 3.888 miles, of course, as well. Charles Leclerc taking the fastest lap of them all with a 129.685. Here is the starting grid. At the back of the grid, Kevin Magnussen occupies 20th place, with the Haas driver picking up the penalty. Nick de Vries lines up alongside him in 19th place. Lance Stroll in 18th for Aston Martin. Daniel Ricciardo in 17th. Mick Schumacher in 16th place alongside Valtteri Bottas for Alfa Romeo. Aston Martin's Sebastian Vettel lines up in 14th with Alex Albon in 13th too. Guan Yu Zhou lines up in 12th with Lando Norris in 11th place. Pierre Gasly starts in 10th, Yuki Tsunoda in 9th. Fernando Alonso lines up in 8th with George Russell lining up in 7th as well. Esteban Ocon in 6th. Lewis Hamilton, the 7-times world champion, in 5th. Carlos Sainz in 4th with Sergio Perez lining up in 3rd. Max Verstappen in 2nd, bidding to become another world champion or a world champion for another time, with Charles Leclerc also vying for the title. 1st place, pole position. And 3 lights, 4 lights, and the 5th light. And it's pedal to the metal, and it is go, 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 go. Charles Leclerc getting a slow start. Sergio Perez getting a brilliant start, though. Goes side by side with his teammate Max Verstappen through towards turn 1. The 2 Red Bulls bound together here at this point on lap 1 of 52 for the backsides as well. Oh, contact between Esteban Ocon and Charles Leclerc, and Leclerc is stricken in the gravel trap. Incredible scenes here. He's rejoined, but nevertheless towards the back of the grid. Carlos Sainz, though, now trying to go side by side with Sergio Perez, heads down the inside. Now the Scuderia Ferrari trying to take the advantage. 2nd place on the table. Can he secure in the yellow flag? A safety car here deemed by the FIA stewards. Race control have declared a safety car, and that's the Aston Martin of Sebastian Vettel. And here's the replay. Major moment, and you just see there a sandwich between the McLaren and the Haas, and now into the barrier. And here's the onboard. Wow, goodness me. And we're going to certainly need that barrier repaired, that's for sure. We are getting word from race control as to why the safety car has come out. That is certainly the case. And, there's the scene. Obviously Esteban Ocon. And the restart is back underway, pedal to the metal for the 2nd time in this Grand Prix. And getting away well, Sergio Perez, Max Verstappen on the inside as they head through towards turn 1. Outside though for Perez, can he hold it together as now they work their way through on lap 3 of 52. Further back, Sainz, Hamilton moving up into 4th place. Ocon in 5th as well, Alonso in behind him. Through down the inside though, Max Verstappen takes the lead here in Slovakia and now makes his way down through towards the next series of bends here at this very tight, twisting technical circuit here at the Slovakiaring. There is Carlos Sainz though, being duelled upon by Lewis Hamilton, of course 7-times world champion, as we run on board with Hamilton himself through this next right now. Covers the rear wing there of the Ferrari. Now looks to try and take an outside line, a very hard outside line as well. A puff of smoke, a slight locker from Hamilton, but still able to get the momentum and moves into 3rd place. Brilliant run there from Lewis Hamilton, secured the apex and managed to secure 3rd place as a result as well. Brilliant stuff, as now we're seeing the cars work their way through the chicane. Esteban Ocon and Lando Norris both cemented together as they have been pretty much for the entirety of the start of this race, though Norris faring a lot better down the outside. Esteban Ocon can't stop him, and now a McLaren splits the 2 Alpines. Fernando Alonso next on his list. And now we're seeing the cars head down this next straight. Lewis Hamilton after Sergio Perez. Down in towards turn 1 now. This is going to be so simple for Lewis Hamilton. The Silver Arrows, brilliant move indeed. Mexican Sergio Perez looking to come straight back at him though, side by side down this next straight. And once again Perez with the nose in front though, but the Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton with that tiger line heading through the next right. And the live championship points, 92 points for Lewis Hamilton should he stay in 2nd place. Now once again This time we have got the Mercedes of George Russell. He's going to look to do exactly what we saw Norris do earlier on, a lock-up further back. That's Guan Yu Zhou locking up the tyres, but George Russell, who's got grander things on his mind, usurps that of Esteban Ocon. P8 now for George Russell, and the Brit now furthers his way up into the top 10. Here's now the Ferrari. It's on a bit of a recovery mission. Of course, that being Charles Leclerc with Nick de Vries right in front of him here. As well as many others as well. We're going to tie it there with an Alfa Romeo. Valtteri Bottas is now down the inside. Goes Charles Leclerc on Nick de Vries. I'm sure he can make that stick. The Monegasque showing his prowess here at Slovakia despite the issues earlier on in the race. And also Valtteri Bottas getting in the mix. But Guan Yu Zhou, his teammate, getting past Esteban Ocon as well here on lap 13. George Russell again looking to make moves here. P7 on plate. Pierre Gasly next on his list. The AlphaTauri can't stop him. George Russell now chasing after Lando Norris. Here on lap 16. I tell you what, the race getting closer and closer as the championship comes down to this very moment, folks. Of course, we've got Sergio Perez and Carlos Sainz, who've been dueling it out since lap 3 when we got the restart back underway. Remember, they both started on the second row of the grid. They've been inseparable since the very start, even before the very first safety car. Carlos Sainz, though, great move up into third place for the Scuderia. We have Charles Leclerc and George Russell. Charles Leclerc has done an absolutely sterling job of recovering and has now managed to find the inside line on George Russell. Now moves his way up into the seventh place in this classification. What a comeback here from the Monegasque Charles Leclerc when he needed it most. Oh, and that's Valtteri Bottas. And that's a safety car as well. Race control have declared a safety car. And Valtteri Bottas, no matter how sorry he is, he won't get back on the track. There's the Red Bull of Max Verstappen, battle for the lead here in Slovakia now as Lewis Hamilton goes down the inside, takes the curb, gives him some very good overspeed as well on the exit, but Verstappen will have the better line through this next left. It's a case of twisting through this S section, these twisting curves that can provide opportunities and take them away, a flick of the grass, and Hamilton is leading here at the Slovakiaring here in round 8. Now Max Verstappen looking to take back the position Hamilton took off him earlier on. Side by side now the Mercedes and the Red Bull as they've done so on so many occasions. Verstappen with a favourable inside line as they now look to go side by side through this next left. On board now with Max Verstappen here on lap 34. Now down this next right-hander now. Hamilton trying his best to keep Verstappen at bay. Very close to contact as they head through this next section now. Still wheel to wheel. Lewis Hamilton though will have the inside heading through this next series of bends. This next left-hander 90 degrees as they now pepper their way through this very quick left. A switch back from Verstappen. Oh, brilliant move from Max Verstappen. Through the chicane they go, and the Dutchman now has fought back against the 7 times world champion over the crest, and now through towards the next left. Hamilton still with him into the hairpin bend, and Verstappen now with the overspeed gets his car in front. The Red Bull now back him into first place. The Bullard sent flying. And back on board with Lewis Hamilton now, looking to try and fight back. This has been a monumental attack here from both drivers, looking to defend P1 here. A little shake there from the Mercedes as Hamilton goes down the inside as they make their way through turn 1. Turn 2 coming up soon, but Hamilton now retakes the lead of the championship and will be champion if he stays in front ahead of Max Verstappen. Here on lap 40, the Ferrari Charles Leclerc, that I have to tell you, has given everything in this race and has managed now to find the inside on Sergio Perez and move up into 4th just behind his teammate Carlos Sainz. An unbelievable drive from Charles Leclerc. It looked like he was on dire straits earlier on in the race after that early incident, but he's back. Now once again we have Sainz and Leclerc.
But guys, please don't ask these things. Please, stop inventing.
Carlos Sainz being asked to let Charles Leclerc through. Unbelievable decision making here from the Ferrari team, and Carlos Sainz, obviously feeling hard done by his own team, is trying to fight back, does not want to give the position up, but Charles Leclerc with the opening will take that 3rd place, kicking up the grass on the inside. They come still wheel to wheel. Almost multi-21-esque from Red Bull all those years ago, but Leclerc up to 3rd. And now we're seeing the Mercedes. Is that Lewis Hamilton? Goodness me, he's slowing down. Is that an engine problem?
Oh no, no!
Well, that says it all. Lewis Hamilton out of the Slovakia Grand Prix. He's out of the race. That is the championship out of his hands. Now Charles Leclerc coming into the pits. New tyres, soft tyres on the Ferrari. And now as a result, they've all got to come in. Verstappen requesting a pit stop to try and counter Ferrari. And now we're back underway, pedal to the metal, surely for the final time in this Grand Prix. And once again, the Ferrari and the Red Bull dueling it out on the final lap to decide who will become world champion. Charles Leclerc still though leads the way. Verstappen now running side by side winning through this next right-hander now. The Scuderia forced to let Verstappen through, or is he? Down the inside he has the Tiger line, but Verstappen comes straight back at him.
Watch the weaving. Just stay on line now.
Well, there's the Red Bull team just making Verstappen wary of what Charles Leclerc's doing. They're trying their best to usurp the Scuderia as they head through this next left. Charles Leclerc with a switchback, a dynamic switchback at the biggest moment in this race, arguably the biggest moment in this championship fight. The inside line now for Charles Leclerc again as they come through the chicane. The Ferrari in front though, as now they come over the crest. Still Leclerc on top. Verstappen now coming straight back at him. Side by side they remain as they head through this next left. Verstappen with a better line as he hugs the inside, and now Charles Leclerc fights back. The Scuderia Ferrari just too good, just too brilliant at this point on this racing circuit, as now the Red Bull switches again.
Okay, press and hold the overtake. Press and hold the overtake. Easy through turn 14.
And the Red Bull radio just literally trying to calm Max Verstappen in this, what can only be described as a very intense fight. But Charles Leclerc comes across the line. Will he win? He surely will. A photo finish.
You've done it.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Mode formation.
Well, that confirms it, folks. Elation for Charles Leclerc. The Monegasque is champion. Second, going to Max Verstappen. Sergio Perez third. What a final lap fight that was. Max Verstappen took him all the way to the end. And here is the final classification. As we said, Charles Leclerc, your winner. Max Verstappen in second. Sergio Perez in third. Carlos Sainz in fourth. Fernando Alonso fifth. Lando Norris in sixth. George Russell seventh. Pierre Gasly in 8th, Zhou Guanyu in 9th, Alex Albon in 10th, P11 went to Nick de Vries, Esteban Ocon in 12th, Yuki Tsunoda 13th, Lance Stroll 14th, Mick Schumacher in 15th, Kevin Magnussen 16th, Daniel Ricciardo 17th, Lewis Hamilton DNFing, as did Valtteri Bottas and Sebastian Vettel. Fastest lap though was taken by Lewis Hamilton, albeit though it won't matter that much after him not finishing this race at the Slovak Grand Prix. So that confirms it, folks. Charles Leclerc is your champion by a single point against Max Verstappen, who finishes second for Red Bull Racing. Be delighted with that final result. It went right down to the wire. His teammate Carlos Sainz finishing in third place. Sergio Perez in fourth. Lewis Hamilton fifth. George Russell finishing in sixth in the championship. Lando Norris seventh. Fernando Alonso eighth. Valtteri Bottas ninth. Sebastian Vettel finishing in 10th place for Aston Martin. But I tell you what, folks, it has been a sensational season. It has delivered on many, many platforms. I would like to personally thank you for supporting the Mitsos YouTube channel for so long. My name, of course, being George Morgan, your commentator for this championship. And do please, if you haven't done so already, please leave a subscribe and also leave a like. And we'll see you next time for yet another Fantasy World Championship season. Take care, folks. Goodbye.